Only one more week after this week, and then we go into the playoffs. And man, that is very, very crazy to think about. Just, just a few months ago, it started, and honestly, it feels like it was just yesterday. But we got the Week 17 predictions right here for you guys. And also, I'm actually doing this before I make my recap video, which is a little bit different. Um, First game we have is the Chiefs and the Steelers on Christmas. We got two pretty decent teams here actually going at it. I feel like the Chiefs are going to win this one just because they have the devil inside of them. Ravens versus Texans. This one should actually be a pretty good game. The Texans actually just got Deontay Johnson as well. So we might see him on the field this week. We might not. But if he does, he's going up against his former team. And honestly, I do feel like the Ravens will win this one. But I mean, if the Texans get the win, I wouldn't be mad really at all about that one. Um, Seahawks versus Bears. I feel like the Bears are doing a lot worse than what the Seahawks are right now. So I feel like the Seahawks will actually win this game here. It should probably not be a close one, but I mean it probably will be. Um then we had the Chargers and the Patriots, and you already know that I'm gonna pick my New England Patriots to win, but that's just because I'm a loyal fan. But most likely the Chargers are gonna win that one. Um we have the second overall pick. I would love to stay around there. Or hopefully if the Giants actually win a game, we can actually get the first overall pick. So I really hope something happens with that. I just saw something pop up on my phone. What is that? I don't even know. But anyway, I am going with the Patriots there to get the win. Um Broncos versus Bengals. This is actually one of the ones that was very hard for me to pick. Um Practically I want the Broncos to win because they can go into the playoffs, but I feel like the Bengals could spoil that for them. And really, this game could go either way at this point. Um, but I feel like the Broncos will probably win. Cardinals and the Rams. I'm just giving that one to the Rams because they've been actually looking pretty good the last few weeks. And the Cardinals, I know they got eliminated from the playoffs, but I mean they still look pretty decent. Um, Honestly, if they won their game the last time they were out there, they would have actually, I think, gone into the playoffs. It was either they got in if they won, or they were out of contention if they lost. So yeah, but I do feel like the Rams will win that game pretty easily. We have the Cowboys and the Eagles next. Obviously, I'm going with the Eagles here. Cowboys, they actually got eliminated from the playoffs like a few hours before they played. So, and they still won. But I feel like with this Eagles team, the Cowboys might not be able to get anything done. Um, Panthers versus Buccaneers. This game could be a trap game for the friggin' Buccaneers, as they have to go, and when I say they, I mean the Panthers. They have to go up against the Buccaneers and the Falcons. Two two rivals in their division, and they could either fuck up the Buccaneers or they could do it to the friggin' Falcons. But I feel like the Buccaneers could get the win here. If the Panthers do, then I don't know at this point. Bills versus Jets. I'm just going with the Bills there because that Bills team is scary. Scary. And I know they only lost by, well, they only won by 3 points against my team, the Patriots, last week, but I mean, they're still a really good team. Um, Colts versus Giants is next. I'm going with the Colts here to win because I don't feel like the Giants could win. But if they do win, then we get the first overall spot. So honestly, I have the Colts winning here, but I really hope the Giants do. So we can get to that first overall spot. Travis Hunter. Raiders versus Saints is next, and I honestly did not know who to pick here. Honestly, I feel like this one's just gonna be like one of those like shit picks practically. But I feel like the Saints could win it. But looking at how they just went against the Packers and did absolutely nothing, not too sure what can happen. Titans versus Jaguars. This one was also another hard one for me to pick. Obviously, last week I picked the Jaguars to win, and they lost against the Raiders, which is the reason why my team is at the second overall spot in the draft now because the Raiders had the win. Um, but the Jaguars, if they like, even if the Jaguars won, I think we would have moved up to the second overall spot too. So it was like either way that game went, we were gonna go to number 2 overall. But honestly, I feel like the Jaguars could get the win here. Just because the Titans team just has not looked great. Dolphins versus Browns. Browns ain't doing shit, so I'm just going with Dolphins there. Packers versus Vikings. Jesus Christ, dude, this game was so hard for me to pick. Um, I was literally 50-50 on who I wanted to pick here. But I did pick the Packers to actually get the win. And obviously, like I have said before, if the other team does win, I really wouldn't be mad about it because this one was really a hard pick for me, and I was going to pick either or team. Falcons and Commanders. Commanders getting the win over the Eagles after Jalen Hurts had to leave because of that injury. Um, Jaden Daniels, he looked pretty decent out there. I think there was like four touchdowns and 2 interceptions, something like that. But he has had the most like touchdowns in like the last 30 seconds of the game, like this season, or I don't know the last time it happened specifically, but I know he had like four. But yeah, the Commanders I feel like will win this game. If the Falcons win, then I really wouldn't be mad at that either. And last but not least, we have the Lions and the 49ers. Man, this game was another hard one for me to pick. But I do feel like the Lions will win this game here just because that team is crazy. Even with all the injuries that they have, they're still super crazy. And I just feel like they could win this game pretty easily, but the 49ers could also give them a really hard time. And as a small recap here, we have the Chiefs going over the Steelers, the Ravens over the Texans, the Seahawks over the Bears, the Patriots over the Chargers, Broncos over the Bengals, Rams over Cardinals, Eagles over Cowboys, Buccaneers over Panthers, Bills over Jets, Colts over Giants, Saints over Raiders, Jaguars over Titans, Dolphins over Browns, Packers over Vikings, Commanders over Falcons, and the Lions over the 49ers. Hope you guys like, subscribe, comment, do really whatever you want to do. I will definitely see you all in the next video. See you around.